And we're live. Today I have the honor of interviewing STAXX410, a Baltimore MC. His new debut album, Llegada, is a banger. 10 tracks completely produced by Jamil Honesty. We're going to talk to him about his career, musical journey, prior projects, his new album, what he's currently working on, and future plans. Let's bring him in. Peace!
Yo, peace, man. What's good? Thank you, man.
Thank you, my brother. Yo, I've been listening to La Llegada. It is a banger. What an incredible debut album. You must be incredibly proud. Talk to us about these 10 tracks that you worked with Jamil Honesty and just put together a classic.
Yo. First of all, thank you for this opportunity to be on here and really discuss the art and my album. And that 10-piece that I gave everybody and gave the world was special to me because it was like just what La Llegada says. It's the arrival, so it's my debut. Like, peace to Jamil, peace to Coast of God. I thank them. They guided me. They held me tough, man. You know what I mean? So like that joint was just a lot of years of trying to really push through a lot, and they looked at me and was like, yo, we gotta grab them up. You know what I mean? So like I did the project. I heard Jamil's production, like it's fire. He put me on with Coach. He co-signed it, and there you go.
Yeah, it sounds so well developed that you could tell that there's a team behind it, right? And
Yes.
Jamil Honesty is a well-known and respected producer for really high-quality production. And you guys together, your vocals over his production, that's some special sauce right there.
Yeah, man, and that's what I call good chemistry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've been following him and a few others from Baltimore that are really, I guess, under the radar, but over the radar. You know what I mean? So, like, me and him connected at a show that was here. I don't know if it was a Duck Down anniversary show, but we connected at a show, and I'm like, yo, I'm a fan of you. I'm a fan of your music.
Yeah.
I do music. I'm not on the same level as these guys, but like, yo, I'm trying to get there. You know what I mean? So we did a song together, and it was over Alchemist beat.
Yeah.
And then me and him really started talking about, yo, we should do something together. I make beats, boom, boom, and then it was over from there.
Yeah, that's really dope. Now, this album was executive produced by Coach, right?
Yes.
So
yes.
Talk to us about that, and salute to Coach right there. Coach, thank you for putting this
together.
together.
Coach.
So, does that mean that there's songs that haven't been released also?
Well, I got one in the chamber. that I got tucked, and I'm gonna let it fly soon. I got introduced to Coach because I was put on Jamil's label, which is Black House, right? Salute to everybody on Black House. Jamil, 88, what up? You know what I mean? And what it was, he introduced me to Coach and said he's managing a few other people, a few other projects, a few other labels. And he saw a video that I got out there. It's called The Definition of Ill. Yeah. So he pretty much was like, yo, I fuck with him. You know what I mean? Yeah. And we started putting everything together. And then it was just like, all right, well, we going to do a project together. And Coach, he put the stamp on it. You know, it took a little while, but good things come to those who wait. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you know, we had the joint with Rock. I got 2 joints with Jamil, Ill, Pure, salute to Pure, down in VA. Love you, brother. You know what I mean? Like, these dudes is like the big bros. So, you know, and they honest with me. You know what I mean? Coach is a very straightforward, no nonsense type of person where it's like, he told me early on, I had a joint and he was just like, It's all right, but they ain't going on that. So it's just like, yo, I need that. Everybody need that. You know what I
Absolutely.
mean? So
Everything you
and
write and everything you can't do can't be, it can't be that
right.
album joint. You gotta produce and experiment to get those special tracks.
Hey, listen, I don't even want that in my life. If somebody can come to me and be like, yeah, that's cool, but now for this, I deal with you because you're keeping it 100. I think right now what's a underrated lost art is people co-sign everything. Yo, that's dope. Yeah, go ahead and put it out. Yeah, go ahead. And then it's like, yo, wait a minute, yo, do you really deal with this person? Because they ain't being honest with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So Coach is an honest person. Jamil is an honest person. I big up him. I salute him. And I thank him because I got a banger out there.
Yeah, you do.
And it's all over the world.
Yeah. To salute to Jamil Honesty, who completely produced this album. And we talked about Coach being the executive producer. That's really dope. Let's jump into the album, right? I pronounce it in Spanish. I saw it. It's called La Llegada, right? You say it La Llegada, right?
Hey, look.
Spanish on it.
Hey, look. Hey, brother, I'm working on my Spanish for Dummies right now, right?
Yeah.
So, like, a lot of us, like Coach presented me, me and him was bouncing names around for the album. And when he came out with it, he said it right. A couple of us, we have trouble with the pronunciation, right? So when you said it, I was like, yo, he killed it.
Yeah. Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And I love the whole branding concept because it's called La Llegada. It was released on Cinco de Mayo. You have a jam on there with Jamil Honesty called Telemundo, right? Like the whole conceptual album is all put together. You know what I'm saying? So really well thought out project.
Right. It's a whole burrito taco for real. You know what I mean? You dip it in the sauce, then you can, the joint is fire. And, being creative and talking and bouncing ideas around, it was what they call the perfect storm, you know what I mean? Getting it together and going through the process, and it was clicking. You know what I mean? Coach, me and him bounced the thing around with the name, and Coach agreed on it. Boom. Then we was like, release dates. Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah.
And I'm not Spanish. You know what I mean? I'm 100% black.
Absolutely. It's kind of like one of those dates, Floyd Mayweather used it. Floyd Mayweather used it very well. It's one of those dates that it's not Thanksgiving, it's not Halloween, it's not, but it's a date that everybody's Cinco de Drinko. You know what I'm saying? Everybody gonna celebrate Cinco de Mayo. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's a real clever one.
Like Coach say, it's gotta make sense. It made sense. You know what I mean? Jamil was on board. It's gotta make sense. Yo, try it this way. All right, do this. All right, we gonna have this. We gonna name it that. You know what I mean? Everything, the chemistry was just perfect. You know what I mean? So there you go.
Yeah. I want to jump into some of my favorite joints because there's, you got the joint with Rockness Monster, which is a banger. You got the joints with Jamil Honesty and Ill Conscious, but you got bars. And I think you got real underground, make people nod their head and listen to what you're saying, right? One of the joints that I think everybody should listen to who sees this or sees these clips is Testimony. Can you talk to us about Testimony?
Yes, I can. So Testimony, even though it's a barred up album, it's got a grungy feel, underground hip hop, I still had to release some pressure. You know what I mean? They say, hip hop and writing and rhyming is a way of life and a form of expression, right? So like with me, I've been through a few things and the pressure, right? So I say, I gotta let what I'm doing or what I'm going through out.
Yeah.
So it was just like, okay, I got the beat. I really want to get this off of me. You know what I mean? So it was just like, yo, let me go ahead and talk about a few things without getting into too much detail, without putting all my business out there, but let me just release.
Yeah.
And the pen just started going. And it was, and certain things was fresh in my mind. Oh yeah, I went through this. All right, I'm good on that. I pray a lot. I go to God a lot. I'm not religious, but I'm spiritual.
Yeah.
So it's just like, yo, let me throw this bar in there. Oh, let me say this. You know what I mean? So it's like giving a part of me and letting people know, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, we all go through stuff. We all got testimony. We all got things that we go through on a day to day. So it's just like, yo, you gonna make it. It's gonna be all right. You know what I mean? You may not be a MC or a rapper or a singer, but write your testimony down.
Yeah.
Reflect on that. Because I guarantee whatever you're going through, the next day and the next day come, you ain't going through it. You know what I'm saying? Like you put it on the back burner and you don't never forget.
That's right.
So those things are like tools to help you grow. What you go through, certain storms, they help you be a better person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's what I wanted to give people as far as testimony. Like you ain't the only one. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I love that track, and I think that as an artist, as a writer, as a creative, and as a real person, so many people could relate to that song because we all go through challenging times. And that's one of the things that I love about hip hop. And so many of the people that I talk to, they love that about hip hop. In their lives when they were kids, people that didn't have a dad at home, people who grew up in Section 8, who have seen, had a homie that died, people that have seen, drug and addiction and all sorts of things like that. And to hear the stories makes you understand how to overcome adversity. And in that song, you do that.
Yes. And I felt like it was needed. I for the content and everything I got on that album and the songs that's on there, I still kept it with a hip hop feel, with an underground feel, with like, yo, I'm gonna shoot these bars. I'm not gonna make it like sad and drawn out.
Yeah.
But yo, you gonna feel what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Everything you gonna feel what I'm saying. You know what I mean? So just like you said, everybody go through stuff from, being fatherless, drug addiction, all kinds of stuff. I will say this, I can't testify to that because my dad was a big part of my life. So he been around, and the whole, drug addiction, I haven't been on that, but I've been through some things, man. You know what I mean? And shit, and it got extremely real previous to the album, during, and it started getting, once I dropped the album, it was like certain things started getting better. You know what I mean? I started seeing the light at the end of the tunnel.
That's beautiful.
So it was the perfect song for the album.
Yeah.
So I'm really glad I got that out there. Thank you for supporting it. Thank you for liking that song, man.
Yeah, it's a beautiful song. So Coach mentioned Timothy Dalton's up next, right? And that's another banger that's on there. This Timothy Dalton, also known as License to Kill. Talk to us about that joint.
Hey, look, I just spazzed out, man. A couple of them songs, it's a thing for me. Like, I don't sit there and be like, okay, I'm gonna have this song for this and that. I just, once the beat play, it's like, it's gonna dictate what I write. So with the Timothy Dalton joint, now here go an insider. When I said that me and Jamil had did a song together, we had called it that, but it was on a, this our first joint together. It was an Alchemist beat, but I kept the first verse. So I was just like, Timothy Dalton, blah, 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 blah. And I said, you know what, Jamil, I'm gonna need, you know what I mean? Let's do it this way. So when I did it, I put another verse to it, and then it was just like, yeah, got him. You know what I mean? So we're shooting a video for it next weekend on the 21st. So y'all might have a visual. It'll be out there for everybody to go on YouTube to check out. We're gonna do promo for it and everything. And that Timothy Dalton joint, I went crazy on it. You know what I mean? So it was just like, so it was like I had a piece here, and then I created another piece, put it together. Jamil production. It was like Oh yeah, this fit. Oh, we got one. So there you go.
Yeah, that's dope. 88 says the whole album is crazy. Yes, it
Yes,
is.
it is.
10 bangers. That 10 piece, right? It's a knockout album, an incredible debut. Shout out to Pure, right?
Already.
The video, is it in Baltimore?
Yes, it is. It's going to be shot in Baltimore. Some of the visuals you're going to see a few Baltimore landmarks, a few things that really represent the city. You know what I mean? That really that stand out to people. Even if you ain't from here,
Yeah.
it's still going to stand out. Like, oh yeah, I seen that before. When I was here, I was such and such. Or you know what I mean? Because we know for the harbor, we know for crabs, the Ravens. You know, just certain things that stand out to people. We gonna bring you to Baltimore. You know what I mean? So we look forward to doing that. Coach does a good job with visualization. He's got a partner, and we gonna do it big.
It's really, really dope. There's another video, right, which is the joint that was kind of like the lead single that you did with Ill Conscious, Jamil Honesty, right? Talk to us about the video and that lead single.
Okay, so that's called Jewels from Kings, right? So when I did that, I already had in my mind, I definitely got to have Jamil on this because Jamil produced it. And when I heard it, it was just like, oh my God. Did nobody get this beat? Oh, it's mine.
Yeah.
Send that to me, right? So I told him, I said, yo, I need a verse for this. I hit my brother Ill Conscious. I said, yo, I need a verse. I'm gonna send you the beat. He like, yo, this shit hard. So it was like, and it's funny because we wasn't around each other when we wrote that and put it together, and everything just came together perfectly. Ill, he let off on it. I come behind him. Then Jamil went crazy behind it. And then when we did the video again, being as though we from here in Baltimore, we in the city, it was like, you know, the visuals we had to bring people here. You know what I mean? Without telling them, hey, drive here or fly here. You know what I mean? So it was just like, yo, I got a spot where we can shoot that. Ray Lewis, he on the big tank. You know what I mean? Cal Ripken in the background. They Baltimore legends as far as the sports world. And then we put out legendary lyrics, or what I would say, like it's no flaw on any verse. You could get that verse to anybody. It's no flaw in that. And I'm a very humble person, but when it come to that song, everything was technical. Everything was extremely surgical, and it matched up perfectly. And I love the joint. And I ride around bumping it. People ahead, like, yo, who is that? That's me. And my two brothers right there. You know what I mean? That's me. I ain't gonna do that about a lot, but with that, I will do that with.
Yeah, it's a beautiful song. It's a dope video, right? Who shot the video?
My man Marcus, right? He's a part of Ill Conscious team. They family. Me and him got together. And he was saying, man, we need a video for that. We need a visual. So we all collectively put it together, schedules permitting. We all was able to come together, and Marcus, salute to Marcus.
Yeah.
He did a phenomenal job with shooting that, you know, showing up, saying, hey, I want to get a shot here. I want to get a shot there. I want to get this in the background. Yeah, he was phenomenal with it.
Yeah. And it's a really dope video. The track is incredible.
Thank you.
And you have another banger on there that I want to talk about. It's one of those joints that I love as a hip-hop head called Slapbox. Talk to us about that joint right there, because that's a hip-hop, that's an underground hip-hop, super lyrical track.
So, Slapbox, you know, it came about. And big ups to Coach for helping me name it. Because when I did it, like I said earlier, I don't go in to say like, okay, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna name it this and this is what it's gonna be. But the content and everything that I was doing on there, it was, you know what I mean? It was hitting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
You
it
remember
was
the
just a
guy
thing like, yeah. Yeah, it was a spawn thing, you know what I mean? So Coach was like, nah, cause I think I came up with another name, and then Coach was like, nah, Slapbox, we gonna do it like that. And when I listened to it, I say, damn, yeah, this is you know what I mean? It's almost like a spawn session with myself, that is, you know what I mean? And when you listen to it, it hit. It just keep hitting you. It's no way you can listen to that song and just chill. You going head nod to it. You might hit the dashboard in your car. You might walk around and just get it in. You know what I mean? So that really was a super banger. You know what I mean? I mean to me they all bangers, but they hit differently.
They hit differently. Yeah, I like that I like tracks like Testimony and Slapbox. That's that's that underground, that's that lyrical, right?
Right.
But you've got some heavyweights like Jamil Honesty, Ill Conscious, and Rockness Monster. You know what I'm saying? From the Boot Camp clip. How did the track with Rockness from the Boot Camp clip come together?
Oh man. So my favorite MC of all time is Sean Price, right? And I am a rest in peace, the P, salute, Big Sis, Bernadette.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a Duck Down fan, and I got turned on in them in high school.
Yeah.
So me going through music and learning to be an MC and just having a genuine passion for hip hop, I had certain people that stood out to me, and it was like, man, I could really do songs with the people I grew up, listening to. Unfortunately, I'm a Helter Skelter fan, but Sean P was the dude was like, yo, I can't wait to do something with him. Unfortunately, he passed. You know what I mean? And it crushed me, right? But the blessing of it all, to really be able to reach out to Rockness, because he would put up, on Instagram and on his platform and say, hey, look, if you want to feature, holler at me, help me help you, right? And I said, I could really do this. I said, oh, this is a blessing. Oh, I get to do something with Helter Skelter, and I got super hype. Man, and Jamil played that beat, and I never forget it. I was in Rehoboth Beach. This was about 2 years ago, and I was writing to it, and I was like, okay, I can hear rock on it. And then I'm a Decepticon. Let me throw Megatron talking, and then me and him just go in. I say, oh yeah, I gotta make some inquiries. You know what I mean? So I did what I had to do to reach out and send it to him. He sent his verse back. I said, oh my God. You know what I mean? Because the one thing for me with features, I know who I'm asking to do this. I know they caliber and everything they do when they rhyme. So it's like, you don't get smoked on your own thing. You know what I mean? So, so one of the verses I trashed, let me throw that away. Let me get this right. So then when I got everything together, it was like, yo, send it to Rock. Boom, Rock sent his joint back. Went to the studio, put it together, got it engineered, got the sound right, put everything together. Magic.
Beautiful song.
Yeah.
The beat is killer too. Your verse is incredible. Rock's verse is incredible.
Thank you.
But Jamil killed it on the beat.
Oh yeah, Jamil. He was on another level with the production all together. But it was just something about him with that, and the voice you hear within that beat. I hope he don't kill me for this. Like, that's his voice. That's him. You know what I mean? Like, that's a little any for everybody. That's him. That whole production is Jamil Honesty from start to finish. Like, he did his thing with that, and me and Rob voices over that, and the bars, it's killer, man.
Yeah. Nah, it's a dope track. Now, you got a joint called Bordeaux Sevens with Pure.
Oh, yeah.
Talk to
Yeah.
us about that jam.
Okay. So salute to Pure. Pure had put me on one of his songs that is on his album, right? And Pure, forgive me, I think it's Tokyo Drift, right? So when he contacted me and was like, yo, I want a verse, boom, boom. And I was like, oh my God, like for real. And he was like, yo, I believe in you, yo. Like, yo, you nice, you dope.
Yeah.
Like, yo, let's get on. He threw me on the Tokyo Drift, right? And I'd already in my mind just putting my album together. I say, yo, I gotta get him back on it. So when I heard the beat, it's like trying to match certain people. Like the people I interact with, you already kind of figure out what type of sound they like. You know what I mean? Because everybody ain't gonna rock with every beat. And it's not saying that beat gonna be whack, but you know from listening to his music and listening to certain things, it's like, yo, I can ask him to get on that, right? So it's like, Pure, I bet. I say, yo, I got this joint. Let me send you this. He was like, yo, fuck with it, yo. Yo, I got you. Boom. He sent mine back. Everything just matched. It just matched up. It was magical in it. In the name, it was just like, you know what? Bordeaux Sevens. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I heard him say Bordeaux Sevens in a line, and I said, you know what? That's what I'm gonna call it, because the Bordeaux Sevens is they're a pair of J's that's like real smooth. It's a retro. Me and Pure going at it. We got a throwback feel to it. The beat is smooth, like, yeah, everything just matched up, and Pure killed me.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, that's really, really dope. Now, when we go deeper into your discography, right, because you don't reach a skill level like what you have on your debut album, right, but like, you know, you don't just write your first verses like that. There's an older project called Chip Off the Old Block. You know what I'm saying? I took that joint out for a spin too, and it's got some bangers on there.
Yeah.
Right. Let's talk about some of the dope tracks from that older discography. You got one called Verbal Vile, right? Which is a real special track. Talk to us about that jam.
Okay. So like with Chip Off the Old Block, there was a debut, but there was a lot of, on my end, a lot of inconsistencies, a lot of, yo, should I do this or shouldn't I? The things that, you know, things that was happening around that time, like I started rhyming in my late teens, but Chip Off the Old Block was a family. Like I had my brother on the joint, he produced it. The people I grew up with, my cousin is featured on Verbal Viles. He is the one that taught me how to rhyme.
Wow.
Right?
So that's a real special song in the sense that that's your cousin, and then he actually, you know, played a major role in your emceeing.
Yeah, his name Ray Slade. Raymond Bivens, salute. I love you, bro. I was just with you, man. Get a chance to chop it up with you about the music. But he's the one that's featured. He taught me how to rhyme when we was young because he was writing poetry. He could rhyme. He was performing early, way before I even thought about picking up the pen and doing it. And I was so much of a hip hop fan. I was so into it. I'm like, yo, I want to do that. You know what I mean? And I gave it a try. Of course, like, you know, it was just like, oh, nah, I can't do this. And then I went back at it again, and then he started teaching me how to count bars. And he say, yo, see what I did there? He like, yo, you got the voice. He believed in me. He like, yo, your shit is crazy, yo. So when I did that, I said, yo, let's go back and forth, right? Let's, you know what I mean? Let's sit down. We actually sat down together. My brother AR, he was on the production, and he came up with the beat, and we was just sitting there going back and forth. So he write a line, then I write a line. Then we was doing certain stuff back together. He came up with the hook, and then that was the finishing product.
Yeah, no, that joint is banging. It's a good project.
Thank you,
other
man.
on there is Sharpshooter. I really like that joint a lot too.
Oh man, thank you, man. Sharpshooter, I was home again, my brother with the production AR, I started writing to it, and it had a certain feel to it. So when I went to the studio, big up to Mark, you know what I mean, Mark Curry from Street Legal Studios in Baltimore.
Yeah.
I went there and I went in the booth and I spit that joint, and he was going crazy. So he started visualizing what he could see from me rapping that song, and started he was like, yo, I just see this and I see that, and a trash can on fire and stuff exploding in the background. I'm like, damn, you know what I mean? He was like, yeah, yo, sharpshooter, yo, like, that's the joint right there, yo, like, it's certain people that come in here and they kill shit, and I always come up with certain ideas for it, but that's what I see. Unfortunately, we never shot a video for it or a visual, but it was still one that came out, and it was like, yeah, people was feeling it. Yeah.
That's a dope project, Chip Off the Old Block, right?
Thank you.
This weekend, you're shooting the video for Timothy Dalton, which is going to be the second video off of Llegada, right? The new album that you just dropped on Cinco de Mayo on May 5th of this year, right? So you're still completely in, new album promotion mode for a brand new project, 10 bangers on it, right? Now, we know about the video. Are there any other things you got coming up? Any performances, any other things that you're working on, in addition to the new video that's going to be shot this coming weekend?
Yeah, I got right now I'm working on the album, we calling it Natty Bo. Natty Bo is a Baltimore-based beer. And the whole project is going to be like Baltimore-based. So it's going to have some of the best from Baltimore, the Ill Conscious, Dirt Platoon, Jamil Honesty, J Royale, you know what I mean? I'm gonna have Scar Ogbar, I'm gonna have these guys on it because, Baltimore on the underground level and on the above ground level, it's a lot of talented artists here, and I really want to make an impact where it's like people shift and look, it's me that's putting this project out, but the people that I'm having featured on there, I owe them because they all gave me knowledge. They helped me out in my career. They made sure I was good outside of music. I owe them all, and I'm one of their students. You know what I mean? I ask questions. I can call them. I can, have conversations with them to say like, yo, well, what should I do next? Or how do you think about this? Getting the ideas and just really embracing all of that, which is a blessing. Me and Jamil just had me featured at a show. It's about a month now, and we performed. I'm open to performing and doing more projects and more just being seen and people coming out. But right now, I'm just mainly focusing, working on this new project, Natty Bo. And when you hear it, I'm telling you, it's going to be one of them ones. It like Llegada or Llegada is here, and then I'm going to come out with Natty Bo, and
That's dope, man.
It's going to be one of them ones, man.
Coach says the vinyl dropping this winter. So that's dope.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. Vinyl will be out there for everybody to go get it, run it up. It's a blessing to really be in this space right now that I'm in. Because I didn't see any of this coming. I didn't see you coming, so I thank you for it. I thank Coach, thank you Jamil, J Royale, Dirt Platoon, Guy Grams. I thank everybody for this opportunity, man.
Yeah, absolutely, my bro. It's an honor to have you on. The Natty Bo, you're right. I mean, you don't got to leave Baltimore. You could do a whole album with some of the dopest featurings in hip-hop right in Baltimore, right?
Right.
Like, Baltimore has a very special place right now, in my opinion, in this new golden era of hip-hop that we're in, with incredible talent, incredible producers, dope studios, and a whole infrastructure of, cinematographers, people that make connections the way Coach does. All of that happening right there in Baltimore and the surrounding areas, right? Because you've got DC and the
Right.
DMV close by. There's a lot of talent in that area, so it's really, really dope. So we got the video this weekend for Timothy Dalton,
Correct.
right? You got
Correct.
vinyl dropping this winter for La Llegada, the debut album. You know, Natty Bo, is that going to have multiple producers? Will it be one producer?
Yes. It'll be one producer. That's 88 Bless. I just seen him. We're gonna burn shit down with that already. Salute to 88. Salute to Jersey. Yes. That's my man. He's a part of Black House. Me and him getting together, and we putting things together. I got a song or two already put together for the album, but this will be strictly produced by 88 Bless.
That's dope.
Yep.
Yeah, that's dope. I see he's excited. He's an incredible producer. I can't wait to hear that, right? So
Yes.
Coach said to ask about Fuck With Me.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. So the Fuck With Me joint, and I'm gonna say it again. I don't want to say I'm redundant with it, but certain beats make me do certain things, right?
Yeah.
I'ma always be original. I'm always be authentic. I'm not following behind the next artist. I'm not doing a whole lot with, oh, well, you should do this. But this particular beat, Fuck With Me, I came up with that. I was like, yo, let me talk about me, but talk to the ladies a little bit with that, right? Nothing, not a love story, not nothing raunchy, not talking negative, but just talking about me to the ladies. And I had my man Kelly Lowe, who has an excellent voice, R&B singer. He can give it to you any type of way you want. He crushed it with the hook, and it's just certain things I hear. And that Fuck With Me record, we're gonna do a video for that. It's gonna be a visual. It's gonna be classy. It's gonna be sexy. It's gonna be, yeah, you know what I mean. But that song, it's just me talking to the ladies and just, you know, just expressing myself on that level. You know what I mean? Nothing crazy, nothing, you know, too out of line. But I'm talking to somebody. I'm talking to a few. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's friendly. It's friendly. It's got a grown up feel to it. You know what I mean? You can play it in the car. It can be spun in the clubs. It can be spun anywhere, man. You're gonna feel it.
Yeah, that's dope, man. That's really, really dope. Now on this album, right? You've worked with Rockness Monster, Ill Conscious, Jamil Honesty's featured on multiple tracks and production, right? You've got Pure on it. You had a lot of talent. Now, are there any artists that you'd like to work with that are out there, you know, that are still alive in the flesh, that you'd like, you know, not on the Natty Boat because that's going to be all Baltimore, but just thinking of, you know, all hip hop, no limits, right? Is there artists that you would love to work with on future projects?
Most definitely. RJ Payne. He won. Conway.
Dope.
Let me see. I like to work with Rock again.
Yeah.
Let me see. Styles, Jada.
Woo.
Pharrell Monch.
Yeah.
Just shooters, man. People that I was inspired by.
Yeah.
Ghostface, Meth. Yeah, they people that really inspired me as far as hip hop and just grabbing a pen. Pause from De La Soul.
Yeah.
Rest in peace to Dave Trugoy.
For sure.
It's quite a few that I would love. You know, just people that kind of like pioneered and really paved the way for us.
Yeah.
Yes. Definitely.
Yeah, that's some dope names. A lot of people don't mention Pasta Noof. That's dope that you put him in there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And as we start to wrap, where can people find you online? What are the best places to connect with you? You have a very special voice. If somebody wanted to buy a verse off of you, or somebody wanted to connect with you to get a featuring from you, what are the right ways to go about doing all that?
The best way to do that is go to my IG at STAXX410.
Yeah.
And you contact me. You get in contact with Coach the God, which is my manager. He manages me, manages Black House, he manages everybody.
Yeah.
You get in contact with him, and I would be gladly to work with a lot of people, man. I just love hip hop. I got a passion for it, so I'm ready to go, man. I'm ready to work.
Yeah.
And as far as the voice, I'm gonna tell you something. I used to hate my voice, man.
Oh,
I ain't like it, man.
dope.
I hated it, man. My man, he might be on here, DJ Keys. I used to tell him, man, like, man, I don't like my voice. And then as time went on, people would tell me, like, yo, you got a distinct voice.
Yeah.
It stand out more than anybody. You ain't got to sound like, I'm like, I hate it, man. And then I started listening, and I said, oh, yeah, it's pretty dope. I'm got a pretty good voice and shit.
Yeah, and that's like, the voice is dope. Yo, you know when STAXX is on, right? There's no question. There's no question that it's STAXX. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah, I like that.
Dope. That's really
no
dope.
question.
Yeah, there's no question.
Already.
So, my brother, you released an incredible debut album. La Llegada is a banger. 10 incredible, no skips on the entire album. I salute you, and I thank you for this time. It's an honor to talk about your projects.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you, man. Thank you, man.
Yeah, bro.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much. We'll run it back sometime.
We run it back, man, already. Salute.
Salute.